Join me today. Let's bake this cake very easily, manually, okay? And very simple to do. So stay tuned and let's get started into making this cake rather. Now I have a bowl and my stirring rod. I have my butter. For the quantity of cake I'm making, I'm going to just be using half of the butter I have here. Then I also have a cup of sugar. For that half butter, I'll be using half cup of sugar. I don't want it too sugary. I want everything to be on point, not too much. Okay, I'm just making a very simple cake. Now I'm going to stir it together. Now please look at the egg I'm using. I'm just using 4 eggs. I'm going to pour half of this 1 cup of sugar into a bowl. At least you are getting my measurement now. And please check out the bowl I'm using. It's important to also use a bowl that doesn't have I will show you the difference of the bowl that you aren't supposed to use. So you can see me pressing in half of my butter into the bowl, and I want to stir in the sugar and the butter together. So after doing this, I'll just stir manually till the sugar is fully incorporated into the butter completely. You will see the change in texture. Okay, it's still optional for you to use a kneading machine. You can use a whisker, whatever works for you. Okay, you can actually use all that. The baking, I'm trying to remember the name, but if I get the image, I'll pin it here. So I'm going to stir this. You can see the way I first made sure that I incorporated the sugar, then I now started stirring. I'm also going to be maintaining one-sided stir. I'm not going to do clockwise and then anti-clockwise. I'm going to continue on one side. Okay, so very easily I'm stirring this till everything is completely incorporated. So stay with me as we do this. So you can see the change in texture and color. Okay, now this is the other bowl that I advise not to use because of the edges inside. Okay, some of the butter can enter into that side and make it difficult to come out. I even prefer a much more flatter bowl. That's a much more simpler bowl without all those stuff, or better still, a stainless bowl. Okay, once you have a stainless bowl, that's even better. Okay, so I'm just breaking my eggs into a cup. I want to use a cup so that, because I'm going to be doing everything manually, I want the cup to hold together the eggs very easily. Not that the bowl will be too big for the egg. The eggs are just 4. Okay, so that's why I'm using this cup. So I used 2 forks, you can see, to keep whisking my eggs till it's foamy and double the size. This is how you know that the egg is ready. The egg will have an increased quantity rather, then it will be foamy. Okay, so once you have achieved that consistency, you're going to pour the egg directly into the bowl. Very simple. and stir gently. Now, in this particular stirring, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to overstir. I'm just going to stir enough and then pour in my flour to give me a smoother consistency. I'm not going to be achieving any smooth consistency with just my butter and my eggs. So you can see the baking powder I'm using is tied already in a nylon. I'll be using half of it or even less than half of it. Okay, now see my cup of flour. I'm pouring it into the bowl so that I will incorporate it together with the egg and butter to have a smoother consistency. All right, so also watch my stirring method. This method is for me to get the flour fully incorporated. Okay, very easy, and everything I did here was done manually. So you don't have any excuse. You don't have a machine. You don't have an egg whisker. You don't have an egg whisker, rather. You don't have a all this stuff. You can do it with your hand. Okay, so this is me adding the second cup of flour. Okay, and then I will now add my baking powder. This is my baking powder. I told you that the best measurement is just 1 teaspoon for the quantity I'm using, and this is my flavor as well, 1 tablespoon for my flavor. Okay, this is the vanilla flavor. That's what I'm using. You can also go for the milk flavor as well, or whatever flavor, cocoa, whatever, strawberry. So I added also nutmeg. You can see how much nutmeg I added. Now I'm adding everything, so I will incorporate them straight. Okay, now you can see that the consistency is getting a bit tough. The dough is getting tougher, so I'm going to add little water that has milk in it. That's if you have milk, it's at this point you add your milk. Okay, and I also have my pan buttered, and then this is it. This is how, or the texture of the cake ready to be put into the pan. Okay, not too tough, not too soft, fine consistency, and that's it. So I'm going to incorporate this perfectly into my pan that is already buttered, and I'm also going to use not a microwave, not a gas cooker, not an oven rather. I'm going to use a pot with a stand in it that is already preheated, and also putting my pan into the pot. That's what I'm going to be using. I'm doing everything manually. I did not use a microwave or an oven for this. Okay, I didn't also use an air fryer. Some people use air fryer. I didn't use all that. I used sand inside pot, and I'm putting my pan directly inside the pot that is already being heated. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to put this, and this is the cup I used for my measurement. Don't forget this particular cup. So I'm going to do this now. Let's see what it looks like. So this is right now, my cake is ready. After about 35 minutes, I brought it out. My cake was ready. I already dipped my knife into the cake to be sure that it was ready. Then I turned it out in my plate. Now, tell me that this cake is not easy to make. It's very simple, very easy, and so sweet, so fluffy. Look at the texture now. So this is all for how to make this very easy, beautiful cake manually. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Bye.